So after having all of my students simulate flipping a coin 100 times, I recorded their number of heads and number of tails in this spreadsheet. And you'll see that most of the time it's 50 something of one and 40 something of the other. Every once in a while we get a 60 something, 30 something, but that doesn't happen that often. There's another one where one of the categories was in the 60s. I think there's a couple more. There's another one that's barely into the 60s. There's another one that's in the 60s. But it doesn't happen that often. And for sure, we're not going to see something as extreme as 70-30. I shouldn't say for sure, but it's incredibly unlikely that we would see something as extreme as 70-30. And after doing this 7,700 times, should have ended up with 6850 and 6850, but we're off by about 119 in each direction. And then the same group of students simulated the 600 rolls, and we recorded their results. And about the most we ever saw was in the low 120s. So that's off by about 20 when we were expecting 100. And the least we ever saw was like in the 60s. I still don't see anything over one. There's a 123 and a 124. And there's a low one in the 60s. There's a 129. So that's about the worst right there on the same roll. Only 65 threes, but 129 fours. And after doing this with a bunch of students, we actually ended up with 45,000 rolls of the dice. Should have had 7,500 in each category, and we had 7,600, 7,600, 7,500. So just trying to get an idea what type of results are likely and what type of results are unlikely.